City Council regular meeting to order here for Monday, July 14th at 7 p.m. Roll call. Looks like we have all members with us this evening. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. For a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
So moved.
We got a motion by Councilmember Cook to approve tonight's agenda. Is there a second? Second by Councilmember Torres. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, questions on the consent agenda? If not, we'd look for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Okay, got a motion by Councilmember Torres to approve tonight's consent agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Cook. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, number 6, matters from the floor. Anyone wishing to speak should fill out one of the yellow cards, hand it to one of the city staff, will be called up to the mic. State your name and address and address the council on any matter you wish. Are there any matters from the floor? Third time, matters from the floor. Okay, matters from the floor are now closed. Moving on. Special business, 7A, approve Osseo Lions Roar 5K special event permit.
Mayor and council, this is a pretty standard ask, special event permit for the 5K, which is connected to the Lions Roar event. This is something that's been asked for several years. It is a great event. It raises quite a bit of money for the cross-country team. It also gets people ready and prepped for the actual Lions Roar parade on that Saturday. And I'll take any questions from council if anybody has any questions.
It's a great event. All right, no questions. Look for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Osseo Lions Roar 5K special event permit.
Okay, got a motion by Councilmember Cook to approve the Osseo Lions Roar 5K special event permit. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Harkoff. Welcome aboard. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Number 8, public hearings. No public hearings this evening. Number 9, no old business in front of us. Number 10, new business. 10A, approve hire of Aaron Haugen as administrative assistant.
Mayor and council, with the current opening at administrative assistant, you approved a process to recruit and hire our next administrative assistant for the city of Osseo. We posted the position, collected a total of 44 applications. Staff scored the applications, and we narrowed the group down to 10 for interviews. After staff interviews, the 10 applicants were narrowed to 4 for final interviews. Those final interviews were conducted on June 30th, which included Mayor Poppy, Councilmember Torres, and I. We had one applicant cancel the day of the final interviews, but all 3 applicants did a great job and made the decision very difficult. And that, as staff and from the HR committee, ad hoc HR committee, we recommend that Aaron Haugen be hired as the new administrative assistant. Aaron comes to the city with a bachelor's degree in communication studies with over 8 years in customer service and experience performing core office functions. Pay rate's $28 an hour, which is consistent with Aaron's education and previous work history. Aaron will have 40 hours of PTO front-loaded at the time of hire. All other benefits are standard per our City of Osseo personnel policy. Aaron's start date would be 2 weeks after council approval because she does have a current employer. So I'll take and entertain any questions or comments that you have.
Questions, council? Okay, if not, we'd look for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the hire of Aaron Haugen as administrative assistant.
I got a motion by Councilmember Torres to approve the hiring. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Cook. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. 10B, approve State of Minnesota Joint Power Agreement.
So there's a joint powers agreement. There's an amendment to the CJDN subscriber agreement. I know that's a lot of information there. This was quite a long contract. Basically, if we get down to it, it comes into the fact that the city of Osseo is recognizing our current criminal city attorney. I think it's BBG law. And we have to do that so that they can have access to the state systems to go ahead and do those prosecution duties. And this is a subscriber agreement. There's really nothing for the city to sign, but we do have to do
Resolution.
resolution to say that they are our city attorney, and that is in your packet. A copy of the joint powers agreement, which has been gone over by that attorney, and the subscriber agreement is also in there for us, and we just need to do a resolution to give them the right to go ahead and do prosecutorial stuff with state-run websites and things that they need to do to do that for us. So I'll entertain any questions or comments by council.
Riveting.
It was really, I was having a hard time falling asleep last night. I pulled that up.
Done, yep. Perfect. With that, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the state of Minnesota joint powers agreement.
And the CJDM.
Oh, okay.
subscriber agreement.
And I'm gonna make a motion to approve the joint powers agreement with the state of Minnesota and the city of Osseo on behalf of the city criminal attorney BBG law and amendment to the CJDN subscriber agreement.
Okay, got a motion by Councilmember Cook to approve the agreement. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Torres. Any further discussion? Seeing none? The attorney, please. Roll call.
Roll call, Councilmember Cook,
Aye.
Councilmember Torres,
Aye.
Councilmember Hartkoff.
Aye.
Councilmember Schultz,
Aye.
and Mayor Poppy.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. What resolution number were we on?
It's Resolution 2025-37.
37. Okay, thank you. All right, 10C, approved renewal of citywide towing contract for vehicle impound service.
Mayor, council, this is a pretty standard contract. Not a whole lot has changed. There was a change in the legal business name due to new ownership currently, and there's a $10 increase in daily storage and administrative fees, which are paid by vehicle owners, not the city. The city attorney's office has reviewed and approved the revised contract. This is for our towing services here with the police department.
All right, thank you. Questions on that? Yep, look for a motion.
Mr. Mayor?
Yep.
I make a motion to approve the contract extension with Citywide Service Acquisition Citywide Towing.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Harkoff to approve the renewal of the citywide towing contract. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Cook. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, 10D, approved cancellation of a rental management agreement with Tradewin Properties.
Mayor and council, we have had a contract with the Tradewinds, which will, sorry here, I've got to get to it. That was for one of the properties that the city owns at 417 First Avenue Northeast. We had a renter that left ended their contract and has found other housing. And I think it's on our master plan to tear down that location. And so staff feels it's appropriate to cancel our contract with Tradewinds. Not saying that we have to, but that is our recommendation. If you want to try to re-rent that, we're looking at spring to tear down both those houses and make them green. We're dealing with some steps in a process which has gotten a lot longer because of the grant that we're using, the federal grant. And so what we're finding is that we have to do an assessment on not only just the location and do an environmental study but for the grant, but we also have to do a study of those houses for asbestos and to tear them down. And then the requirement is, since we're doing both houses, that we'll have to go outside with probably WSB in the spring. We're thinking probably January, February to get a contractor and do bids. And so we're going to have to go through a little slower process than we thought, just because it takes a couple months to get everything together, and we actually are looking at possibly using some grant funds to fund this part of it. And if we don't get that grant, then we'll come back and have a conversation about the costs of doing this assessment and the housing assessment too. But it is something the city's got to look for and look for in the future, but we're trying to do it on a grant, and so that that about $15,000 to $20,000 is covered by a grant. So, is it called Brownfield?
Brownfield, yep. Brownfield would do the environmental review, and that's what we would use then to move forward with the demolition. And according to WSB, we can apply those brownfield funds toward the demolition costs too.
But it does extend what time frame we're looking at. But typically you're doing a year lease, and we're hoping and praying, and I think we've gotten to a point where springtime would be when we're going to take those houses down. At least that's the plan right now.
Okay. Any additional questions?
Mr. Mayor?
Yep.
So I've got a question, and it might be either of you. So I noticed in the contract actually ended April 1st, 2017, the contract with Tradewind Properties. And in section 2, there's a cancellation where landlord may cancel this agreement simply by serving written notice, 30 days, so that's pretty common, 30-day notice. But there is an and the and is paying a cancellation fee of 5% of the rents due remaining of any lease rental agreements in force. And what I'm wondering is, what's the status of that section since this contract's expired? And do we have to, in fact, pay the 5%, or do we have an out?
Councilmember Torres, Mayor and Council, I did look at this contract before the meeting tonight, and so that I did key in on that issue myself. And so my read on it was that if the council does not wish to re-rent the property, you would need to give 90 days notice, and then provided that either the management company doesn't come up with a new tenant within those 90 days, or doesn't push the issue, or we can figure out that there might be an out. Those are the things that you would not have to pay the balance of any rental fees that might be due. So the way that the management company would potentially get those fees is if they come forward with a tenant during that 90-day period, even after the notice of termination happens, they could request those fees if they had a willing tenant. So they would get that 85% of 1 month's rent plus the stipend that goes over the term of the lease. It's not like they would get the whole rent for that period, but we would be entitled to their management fee for that first month and the small provision over the life.
Councilmember Torres, I've been in contact with their manager, and she hasn't mentioned. She just said, just send me an email and we're done. So there hasn't been, not saying it won't come, but there hasn't been any conversation, because I told them not to re-rent it and not to look for any more clients, because we were having this discussion today, and I let her in on all of that information, just so you know.
Yeah. No, good. That's all I had.
Someone like to make a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve cancellation of rental management agreement with Tradewind Properties.
Okay, we've got a motion by Councilmember Torres to approve the cancellation of the management contract. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Cook. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, number E, approve accounts payable.
Mayor, I do want to kind of highlight one of the higher end things on accounts payable. You will see on, let me see here, I gotta find it again, I apologize. Where is it? I believe it's page 8 of the account summary, and it says building permits. It says 179,982. So what that is a payment to our building permit, Rum River. And what that is we've collected however many thousands of dollars from the school, because this is a school project. And we've collected that money, and then it's split 80-20. So if you do the math on that, that's kind of what you could expect the city to keep, is that 20% of the total. So the 179 is 80% of that. And we've already collected the fees, so this does not go against any budgeting issues within the city.
That note, someone like to approve tonight's accounts payable?
So moved.
Okay, I've got a motion by Councilmember Cook to approve tonight's accounts payable. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Harkoff. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, administrator report.
No report.
Assistant administrator report.
No new report.
Okay, council and attorney's report.
No report.
Okay. Councilmember Harkoff.
No report.
Councilmember Torres.
No report.
What? Are you feeling all right? Councilmember Cook.
Mr. Mayor, on second thought, I do want to say welcome to our new administrative assistant, Erin, and we look forward to getting started with her.
All right, thank you.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Sorry.
No. I just wanted to mention real quick that I've gotten, I think over the last couple of weeks, a handful of emails from constituents around the city just about various issues with various questions, and I just wanted to say thank you to those people that reached out, and please feel free to continue to do so. Councilman Member Torres and I sat down last week and looked at just kind of the city as a whole, and we were looking at parking and all that kind of stuff, and what with our big dreams and all those different things. But it was a really, really good meeting, and other than that, that's it. And so I'm excited about the kickball thing coming up, and so I hope that people are able to be there for that. And that's all I got.
Councilmember Schultz.
No report.
Yeah, just some general announcements. Obviously, the Osseo kickball tournament, Sipes Park, July 19th at 2 p.m. Looks like we've got 6 teams playing. Osseo Fire, Osseo Police, Duffy's, Dick's, Holiday, and the school. Assuming it's people from the school. So, and then also mark your calendars, Night to Night, August 5th. It'll be here up at City Hall again, so mark that date on your calendars. And great fun event that evening. And moving on, adjournment.
So moved.
I've got a motion by Councilmember Cook. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Torres. Debatable. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We're adjourned at 7:18. Thank you.